Hello everybody, my name's Michael. Most people call me Papaw. Some people call me Uncle Michael. Just don't ever call me late for supper. Well, old Dan Tucker was a crazy old man. He washed his face in a frying pan. He combed his hair with a wagon wheel, and he died with a toothache in his heel. Hey, get out the way, old Dan Tucker, it's too late to get your supper. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker, it's too late to get your supper. Well, old Dan Tucker had come to town, riding on a billy goat and leading a hound. The hound dog barked and the billy goat jumped and left old Tucker up on the stump. Hey, get out the way, old Dan Tucker, it's too late to get your supper. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker, it's too late to get your supper. Well, old Dan Tucker had come to town. He'd swing the ladies around and around, first to the right and then to the left and then to the one that he loved best. Hey, get out the way, old Dan Tucker, it's too late to get your supper. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker, it's too late to get your supper. Poor Dan Tucker, he went without his supper. Well, while we're on the subject of food, you know one of my favorite foods is the tomato. The tomato is perfection. And we live in Indiana, where it's like almost the tomato mecca of the world. So, this is a song about homegrown tomatoes. There ain't nothing in this world that I like better than bacon and lettuce and homegrown tomatoes. Up in the morning, out in the garden, pick you a ripe one, no, don't get a hard one. You can plant them in the spring and eat them in the summer. All winter without them is a culinary bummer. And I forget all about the sweating and digging every time I go out and pick me a big one. Homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What would life be without those homegrown tomatoes? Only two things that money can't buy. That's true love and them homegrown tomatoes. Go out to eat, that's for sure, but ain't nothing that a homegrown tomato won't cure. Eat 'em on a salad, eat 'em in a stew. You can make your very own tomato juice. Eat 'em with eggs, eat 'em with gravy, eat 'em with beans, pinto or navy. Eat 'em on the side or eat 'em in the middle. Eat a homegrown tomato on a hot cake griddle. Homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. Why would life be without those homegrown tomatoes? There's only two things money can't buy. That's true love and them homegrown tomatoes. Well, if I could change this life I lead, I'd be Johnny Tomato Seed. 'Cause I know what this country needs. It's a homegrown tomato in every yard you see. So when I die, don't bury me in a box in a cemetery. No, out in the garden would be much better. Then I could be a pushing up them homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. what would life be without those homegrown tomatoes? There's only two things money can't buy. That's true love and homegrown tomatoes. Do you guys remember I told you that I really like frogs? Well, if I didn't, I do. They're funny, they're cute. Anyway, here's a song about a frog. And this frog fell in love with a mouse. And he married her. What do you think of that? Well, the song goes like this. Froggy went a-courtin', he did right, Froggy went a-courtin', he did right, Froggy went a-courtin', he did right, a sword and a pistol by his side, Well, he rode right up to Miss Mousie's door, He rode right up to Miss Mousie's door, He rode right up to Miss Mousie's door. He knocked so loud that it made her roar, Then he set Miss Mousie on his knee, He set Miss Mousie on his knee, He set Miss Mousie on his knee. He said, Miss Mousie, will you marry me? Miss Mousie said, I don't know about that, Miss Mousie said, I don't know about that, Miss Mousie said, I don't know about that. First we gotta ask my Uncle Rat, Well, the old rat laughed as he gave away the bride, The old rat laughed as he gave away the bride, The old rat laughed as he gave away the bride. He laughed so hard that it hurt his side, Well, what will we get for the wedding gown, What will we get for the wedding gown, What will we get for the wedding gown? A patch of hide off an old white hound, And where will the wedding supper be, Where will the wedding supper be, Where will the wedding supper be? Way down yonder in a hollow tree, And what will the wedding supper be, What will the wedding supper be, What will the wedding supper be? 2 lima beans and a black-eyed pea, Well, the first to come in was a flying moth, First to come in was a flying moth, First to come in was a flying moth. She had brought the tablecloth, And the next to come in was a bumblebee, Next to come in was a bumblebee, Next to come in was a bumblebee. He played the fiddle on his knee, Well, the next to come in was an old June bug, The next to come in was an old June bug, Next to come in was an old June bug. He danced around with a half-pint jug, And the last to come in was a little gray mouse, Last to come in was a little gray mouse, Last to come in was a little gray mouse. Said, Mr. Froggy, can I rent your house? And then the froggy went a-swimming across a lake, That froggy went a-swimming across a lake, The froggy went a-swimming across a lake. He got swallowed up by a big black snake, And there's a little piece of cornbread sitting on the shelf, A little piece of cornbread sitting on the shelf, A little piece of cornbread sitting on the shelf. If you want any more, you gotta sing it yourself. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Mr. Froggy. Well, from Mr. Froggy, we're going to do a song about a sailor. The sailor might have been a pirate, but whatever the case, he had girl problems. And this song is called A Whale of a Tale. A whale of a tale to tell you lads, a whale of a tale or two, with a flapping fish, the girls I've loved, nights like this with the moon above. A whale of a tale, it's all true, I swear by my tattoo. There was Mermaid Minnie from Madagascar. She would kiss me anytime I would ask her. Then one evening her flame of love blew out. Well, blow me down and stand me up, she swapped me for a trout. A whale of a tale to tell you, a whale of a tale or two, with a flapping fish, the girls I've loved, nights like this with the moon above. A whale of a tale, it's all true, I swear by my tattoo. And there was Typhoon Tessie from the coast of Java, and when she kissed me, it was like molten lava. Then she gave me the fright of my young life. Well, blow me down and stand me up, she was the captain's wife. A whale of a tale to tell you, a whale of a tale or two, with a flapping fish, the girls I've loved, nights like this with the moon above. A whale of a tale, it's all true, I swear by my tattoo. I swear by my tattoo. I swear by my tattoo. Here's a song about a bear. Not an ordinary bear. This bear's name is Slewfoot. He was big and he liked to steal food off of people. Some people think I look like him, but I don't. Well, high on a mountain, boys, what do you see? There's bear tracks a-comin' after me. You better get your rifle before it's too late. That bear's got a little pig and he's headed for the gate. Yeah, he's big around the middle, he's broad across the rump, taking 90 miles an hour, taking 30 feet a jump. He's never been caught, he's never been treed, and some folks say he looks a lot like me. Well, I saved up my money and I got me some bees. I started making honey way up in the trees. Well, I went to the trees, but my honey's all gone. Old Slewfoot's done made himself to home. Yeah, he's big around the middle and broad across the rump, doing 90 miles an hour, taking 30 feet a jump. He's never been caught, he's never been treed, and some folks say he looks a lot like me. Well, winter's coming on, you know it's 40 below. The river froze over, so where will he go? We'll chase him through the valley, and we'll chase him to the well, and we'll poke him in the belly just to listen to him yell. Yeah, he's big around the middle and he's broad across the rump, doing 90 miles an hour, taking 30 feet a jump. He's never been caught, he's never been treed. Some folks say he looks a lot like me. Yes, some folks say he looks a lot like me. Oh my. This next song is a story about a trip I took to Louisiana to see my old girlfriend, Susiana. It's called Polly Wolly Doodle All the Day. Well, I went down south for to see my gal, Polly Wolly Doodle all day. She got curly eyes and smiling hair, Polly Wolly Doodle all day. Fare thee well, fare thee well, fare thee well, my merry maid. I've gone to Louisiana for to see my Susiana, Polly Wolly Doodle all day. There's a grasshopper sitting on the railroad track, Polly Wolly Doodle all day. He's picking his teeth with a carpet tack, Polly Wolly Doodle all day. Fare thee well, fare thee well, fare thee well, my merry maid. I've gone to Louisiana for to see my Susiana, Polly Wolly Doodle all day. Well, I came to the river, I couldn't get across, Polly Wolly Doodle all day. So I jumped on a gator, I thought it was a horse, Polly Wolly Doodle all day.